Well, folks, I said I'd pop on for a couple of minutes. Once again, I am going to raise my concerns regards to the black cloud around Celtic Park at the moment, especially from a fan's perspective of what's going on. Yes, we are financially healthy. We have over 100 million in the bank. We have another game to play in the Champions League playoff round to get into the creme de la creme. But Wednesday night showed indications of where we are as a club. This time last year, we were stronger. We had Kyogo, we had Matt O'Reilly, we had Nicholas Kuhn. Matt O'Reilly eventually went to Brighton. Kyogo went in January to Rennes, and Kuhn went this summer. And look, this is what happens. We lose key assets. We bring in as much as we can for these players, develop them, and they move on. Part and parcel of football. But we haven't put enough back into the squad. 3 million so far. Kieran Tierney came in on a free from Arsenal. Ross Doolan came in. Benjamin Oigren was 600k. We brought Inamura in. We brought Callum Osmond in, which we haven't seen much of him. Inamura wasn't in the Champions League squad because Brendan doesn't see him at that level just yet. We Shinamada, which he's still yet to make an impact. He scored a winning penalty in Como, and people have been jumping on hopes about him. I know there's a lot of football we played this season, but I have my concerns, and this is why I'm making this video. We have 100 million in the bank. The biscuit tin mentality is back again at Celtic. Peter Lawwell, the strings are being pulled. Michael Nixon, the strings are being pulled. Dermot Desmond, majority shareholder. They all had a chat with Brendan Rodgers during the summer about the team, but not about his contract. Final year of the contract, he is getting minced with questions week in, week out. What's going to happen in regards to transfers? He voices frustration week upon week that the squad needs to be strengthened, and have the board action this. Now, they were sleeping at the wheel the other night when the fans were singing sack the board, sack the board. Let's be honest on this. The board will not be sacked. When we are in a financial good place, when they're tapping each other on the shoulder, job for the boys, no one's getting sacked. It's not 1994, folks. And this is the problem. They're not ambitious. The ambition with that board is not there. They want to take, and not give back. You have to pump money in your team to be successful. I feel like they just don't want to move forward. And when I mean move forward, I mean absolutely wipe the floor in Scottish football. Win the treble, smash Rangers, do the whitewash over them, win the league by 20 points. I don't think it's going to be that this season. I really don't think it's going to be that season. And it's not just down to the poor performance the other night. I've been saying this week upon week on my channel that we haven't put enough into this team. And we get the happy clappers that sit there, that give me shit on Facebook, that give me shit on Instagram. Oh, you're just a soap moaner. Why are you buying merchandise? You're not a real fan. You don't go to the games. Do you know what I say to you is, fuck off. Simple as. I don't need to go to games to have the love for Celtic Football Club. It's simple as it is. I've made it clear hundreds and hundreds of times again. I'd rather see my kids weekends than see Celtic play. They're more important to me. End of the conversation. If you don't see that and you don't think that's a good thing, you're fucking deluded. You're obsessed. You need to get your head screwed on. Simple as. So, the happy clappers that are on the board side, wake up. Wake the fuck up. Because this is the problem. If you keep happy clapping, you're going to get punished. Like we did in 2020 in that COVID season. Neil Lennon wasn't fit for it by January. And I love Lenny. Deep down inside, I love Lenny. I was sympathetic towards Neil Lennon, the way he got treated by the board, the boy stuff, the way he was treated. It's the lack of communication. If this board really, really cared about their fans and cared about their customers, if you want to call it, the season ticket holders, the people that buy the merch, they would engage, they would have dialogue. But they don't get held accountable as much as AGMs. They dodge certain questions. They don't want to put money into the infrastructure. They don't want to build a stadium if it's 100 million. Or even put money into the squad. They don't want to move forward as a business too, folks. They want to put the prices up and keep charging you for Champions League playoff games. If you're a season ticket holder, they should be covered on the season ticket, like the old days. They shouldn't be putting prices on season ticket holders for Newcastle friendly games. Yous are getting fucking fleeced. And this is the problem. A lot of yous don't realise that. A lot of yous just want to go for the love of God and go and see your football team and get the result and move on and have a sing about. And I can understand that. But at the same time, it's the logistics side of it you should be concerned about. Our manager wants to stay at the club. Our manager loves the club. He left in 2019 for Leicester, and I'm sure there was a regret there a lot, but at the same time he wasn't getting backed. And now today we can see that. We can see he is not getting backed. Time and time again he's pleaded to the media that he wants a new contract, he wants to get players in, even the captain has pleaded, and he doesn't want to have that negativity around the squad, but it's starting to linger around the squad because we are not being aggressive in our play. We are lacking quality. We haven't replaced key players in key positions because the board don't give a fuck to the level that they should. They can all wear suits. They can take in the money as much as they want. But at the end of the day, put it into something that you should be caring about is your team. You put that money in. You put that money into that machine, which is your football club, which brings the money in from progressing in competitions, for bringing silverware in, from TV right, you're going to get richer and richer. But you got to put back in. And sadly, we're not getting that. So we have just around 10 days left in this transfer window. The 1st of September to get Balikwisha in, to get Jacob Brendan in, to even probably get Jamie Vardy in at this rate. Because Adamida, I'm sorry, I know he's injured for tomorrow, ain't cutting the sauce. Johnny Kenny, will he step up and cut it? I don't think so. Looking at that foreign line, bar Days of Maeda, I'm not confident with our strikers. I'm not confident. And that's me just being honest, because we're a big institution. We're going backwards instead of forwards on the pitch. We need to get a defensive midfielder. We need a left back. We need a cover for Alistair Johnston. We need 2 wingers. We need 5 players in before the end of this window, even 6 pushing. And will we see that money being spent? I'm 80% sure we won't even spend the money. And what I mean is about 25 to 30 million. We won't spend it because they're hoping on the strings of Champions League football. If we don't get into the Champions League, I'm telling you right now, we're pushing about 15 million being spent towards Europa League if we have to go down that road. Some people might feel this is a meltdown. This isn't a meltdown. This is common sense. The board are not spending money. They're not backing the manager. They're not ambitious about Brendan long term. And they're not ambitious about replacing the players that we've lost, which we've cashed in on. Simple. Simple. You don't get the results, people start turning on you. And this is bigger than results. This is down to the logistics side. As I said, as a business model, you're spending so much money, but what he's getting back in return. It's the buzz around the club. I know I ain't going to the games, but I can feel it. I can feel it from podcast. I could see it from post. I can see it from Celtic fans' expressions when you're watching that full time. I can see it. I can feel it. And comment below what you think about this board, because I'm telling you one thing. You want to get the finger out, because I feel sorry for Brendan. I know Brendan has to take criticism because he's the one that feels that team, that puts them tactics in place. But at the same time, give the man the tools to work and do the job. It's simple.